Tell 'em Tribe Tarot. Daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Grand Rising Gemini. I am Cherokee with Tell 'em Tribe Tarot, coming to you with another reading. I appreciate your patience with me with the short spaces in between the readings. I have to take these intermissions to protect my energy, or when I'm vibrating on a frequency that I don't feel will impact your readings in a positive way. I take moments to recoup spiritually and then tap back in. So I appreciate your patience with me. As always, take what resonates, leave behind what does not. Say hello in the comments to a goddess. Don't be rude. And even if the reading doesn't resonate, still say hello, share the video to support my channel. Subscribe if you like the vibe, and let's get into your reading. All right, Gemini. So what's going on with my Geminis? The King of Cups energy. That is your energy right now. The challenge is the Nine of Wands. Subconsciously, King of Pentacles. Recent past, Five of Cups. Your goal is the Knight of Swords. How you affect the situation is the Seven of Pentacles, the Lovers. All right. All right. Okay. So Gemini, I feel like I see that you are in a circumstance that you seem to feel like you don't have control over. I see that you want to gain a hold of the situation, like grasp a hold of the situation, but you feel like if you do too much, even though you can see the entire situation from beginning to end as if you're not even in it, you're going to lose control of it. And you don't have control over the situation. It's not about you. I feel like everything that's happening to you right now is happening because of decisions that you've made. And I feel like you don't completely accept the responsibility for how you affect the situation because you're not seeing your input in it. And I think that you want something to work in your favor. And because it's not working in your favor, you may feel as though everyone involved is against you. And while that may be true, it's not in the way that you are thinking about it. And you're trying to be diplomatic about the situation, but it's just making things difficult for you to move on from it because you're typically the voice of reason, but now you feel like you have no voice. So there's quite a few things happening here. And then the challenge in connection with that, as if that is not challenging enough, is that you've been ripping and running, making ends meet and making sure that you do everything that you're responsible for in the midst of all this that's happening. So this could be like a situation that's happening to you whereas there was a falling out due to something that you said or something that you didn't say enough of. And you're recuperating from it, but you want to grasp a hold of the situation because you don't want any negative influences in your life right now. But this is all a part of the cycle. You can't control whether something negative or positive is going to happen in your life, but you can certainly control how you react to it. So I feel like you're just having control issues right now. And you need to focus on balancing your emotions and not becoming overly making emotional decisions based on temporary circumstances. And I know this is very vague, but this could be affecting love. This could be affecting career. It could be affecting a spiritual warfare with you and who you were in the past, like fighting to change something and someone is bringing you back into a space where you've grown from. But overall, I feel like you don't see your responsibility here. Like you're not looking at the way how you affected the situation. And that's why you're having a hard time with facing it. I feel like in the recent past, and I can see in the recent past, that you may have been dealing with the loss of a connection to something. And because of this, it makes you feel extremely cautious. What was this recent past situation about? So you may have lost a lot of money, or you lost a relationship, or you lost a connection that you thought would take you to the next level in your life, because you're feeling like you're going so hard with trying to do things and things are still falling apart no matter what you do. Which is why the 9 of Wands energy is here. It's like you are exhausted with fighting for this cause, whether it be to take your life to the next level, whether it be because you want to change the way how things are for other people around you, because you want to take care of your loved ones, and you feel like the stresses of it, or you felt like you didn't get a chance to take care of someone in a relationship before it ended. They may have seen you as the antagonist, when in actuality, they weren't taking responsibility for their actions. So I feel like you're just thinking about a lot of things simultaneously, and it's affecting you in the way how you make decisions about future things. Like you're basing the future off of what's not happening right now, and that's what your spirit guides do not want you to do. And then subconsciously, you know that you are in position to make these decisions. You know that you're sure of your path. You know what to do. You know how to maneuver through difficult financial times, or when someone puts you in a position of lack. Typically, you are the King of Cups. But that is your challenge right now, because you're making decisions with your feelings as opposed to being tactful and diplomatic about it. And what you want is to fight back with this Knight of Swords energy. So someone put you in a position where you are having to step out of your character to defend yourself. And now you have to stick to your values and who you are as a person. I feel like this is making you emotional. It's making you want to cry, because I suddenly got choked up, Gemini. I just feel like you're just so tired of fighting to state your piece. Like you are exhausted with it. Like life has been coming at you fast. And when you get opportunities for this, Gemini, like this is really making me emotional, Gemini. And I feel that energy. You're really tired. You're tired of having to prove yourself when you are honest with yourself and you attract people who are in love with that persona, which is not a persona for you. It's your being. And they may take advantage of that, leaving you to pick up the pieces, and you're fighting yet again. And I feel like you're just tired of taking losses. But I feel as though you are not realizing that what you're feeling is what you're projecting. And that's why you keep That's why you keep on bringing this energy back. You have to look within yourself to see what is it that you're ignoring, Gemini, that you keep looking for in your situations to fill that void, so that these situations can stop repeating itself, because life is a cycle, Gemini. And although you may know these facts that I'm stating to you, you have to hear them again, because sometimes you get so caught up in what's happening to you that you don't realize that life just doesn't happen to you. Everything that you're experiencing is on account of a decision that you've made. And sometimes people won't be who you think they are, but that doesn't mean that you have to adjust who you are to their level to teach them any type of lesson, because losing you, Gemini, losing the connection or the access to you, whether you were providing emotional support, whether you were in an intimate connection, whether you were working with a company and they didn't see your worth, whatever the connection is that disconnected, that is not for you to hone and try to dissect to figure out why it didn't work, because anything that leaves us is not a loss. It's a donation to our experience so that we can be that much more knowledgeable in that element. So when it comes up again, you know how to maneuver, because again, life is a cycle. So everything that you're experiencing right now, Gemini, is not because you did something wrong per se, because sometimes you don't even realize that you're doing something that won't be within your best interest, because in that moment it felt like the right decision. But when you make emotional decisions based on how something is happening to you, rather than looking at the situation from the grand picture and seeing how you can really be a vessel of power and guidance for a situation, rather than using your skill to retaliate, you'll realize that things will work out better for you. I feel like life is happening to you in a way that you did not anticipate. And because it doesn't look like the grand picture that you imagined, it's causing you grief. Like things, you feel as though things are just coming at you fast. And when you see evil and you see good, you have a choice to decide if you want to succumb to the evil that people do, or if you want to take your light and withdraw and keep moving on your purpose. But you know what, Gemini? I feel like you're going to persevere in this, because that's always been your energy with the Seven of Pentacles. You are always trying to make sure everything is okay. You're always trying to make sure that no matter what you do, even in a moment when you make a dumbass decision that may seem smart at the moment, it's because you're doing it for the greater good. Because you generally don't want to hurt anyone. But when you get hurt, or when someone does you wrong, when you were genuinely helping them, or when you were genuine in the connection, and they switch up or they do anything that makes you feel like they betrayed your trust, it's difficult to maneuver onward and on your path of trying to project those vibes again for someone else. But your guides are telling you, you just have to use your spirit of discernment, and but you have to believe your discerning spirit. I feel like you may have allowed a situation to guide you instead of you guiding the situation with your intuition. But Gemini, I see in the near future that you're going to take responsibility for this. because I feel like you're going through a period of introspection. I feel like you are now looking in the mirror and seeing how you're affecting things. And all you feel is love. This is you. This is your energy. This is your environment. This is what you're surrounding yourself with. So when you see anything that steps into your domain and you peep that it is not for you, you have a responsibility to quickly separate from it. And it's hard to separate from things that you love, or things that you're passionate about, or things that you are relentlessly working on to see it through, because you're not a quitter. Because you do everything with love and with good intentions. But you have to know and choose wisely. You have to understand that you are not responsible for anything that anyone else does. You are only responsible for what you do. And that's when you'll relieve yourself of this pressure. I see that your fear is that you won't find your voice quick enough to take a hold of your situation. And that's nothing for you to fear. You know why? Because although things may seem a little awry right now, I feel like you're going to rebuild that connection with yourself, and you're going to attract a better situation, and it's going to be the best situation ever, whether it be a new business connection with someone who you can trust, or whether it is a new relationship with someone that you can trust, with someone that reflects you. But if you keep projecting the hurt and the dissatisfaction from the last connection or the last situation, you're only going to plant fear in the universe, and you're going to experience that fear in the form of disrespectful experiences to you. All right, so Spirit, please provide me with the closing messages for Gemini this morning. Gemini, you really needed this message, because I see you backtracking a lot. I see you just constantly trying to figure out how you cannot do what you've done in the past, and that's not what it's about. You have to live in the moment, Gemini. You have to live in the moment and make those informed decisions in the moment, because you can't change the past, and the past is not happening to you. Nothing is happening to you but your thoughts. So your thoughts is what is controlling your emotions right now. And your emotions are what are controlling your decisions right now. And your thoughts become actions. So you are in a mental whirlwind, because you are affected by something that happened to you, and you have to forgive it, because you have a whole new world. I feel like you might have just watched the Disney princess movie, Aladdin, and the song A Whole New World is just resonating with you right now. Or maybe you need to listen to that song, because you are your universe. You are the inspiration behind what you do. Can nobody do you like you? But if you allow people to affect you in a way that throws you off of what your purpose is, or makes you question what it is that you do, that means that you're not in a stable position to begin with. Because no one should be moving you to react in a way that matches their low vibrational energy. Gemini, take a walk in nature today. Do something that will grow your passion today. Do something that will light a flame of love in a new way. Do something that you have never done before. Make someone feel good today. And that's going to plant the seed of you disconnecting from that past that is still affecting you right now. You deserve that peace, Gemini. All right, so that's all that I have for you this morning, Gemini. Stay tuned for the next read. Drop a comment, say hello to a goddess, subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications, and we'll talk soon. Love and light, tribe.